G'day guys, and welcome to the first part of the setup, where we download mySQL and mySQL Workbench, the tools that we will be using to write SQL and solve business problems for the rest of the course. Now guys, I'm not going to pull the wool over your eyes. This is possibly the most boring video of the course. It's dry stuff, but let's just push through it. I'm going to be with you every step of the way. So why would we want to download mySQL and mySQL Workbench? Well, the background is this. mySQL is a database management system that uses the SQL language. In English, that basically means that mySQL is a software program that allows you to create databases, to load and store data, and then to access the data and use it for your analyses. Now, on the other hand, mySQL Workbench is the interface of the mySQL program. It's basically the easy way of telling mySQL what to do for you. So you'll be able to see all your databases and tables, to write your SQL code, to see the results of that code, and to use various shortcuts in the program. Imagine it like Microsoft Word compared to the command prompt, or compared to text editors. There are shortcut buttons and a layout designed with humans in mind. So we use the mySQL Workbench to pass instructions to the mySQL program. Now, you guessed it, those instructions are not in English, they're written in SQL. So to summarize, SQL is the language, the writing, the instructions, which we will pass to mySQL, the software program that reads the language and follows the instructions. And we're going to be passing that via the mySQL Workbench, the interface that sends our SQL to the mySQL program. Now, mySQL is one of a few database management systems, so why have we chosen it? Well, here's the important thing. It's free and easy. And the SQL you use here will be similar, if not identical, to the SQL you use anywhere else. All right, let's download it. So we're going to click on our Internet Explorer. And what I want you to do is go directly to mysql.com. We'll go directly to their homepage. So here we are on the homepage of mySQL. What I want you to do is go and click on Downloads. So you click on Downloads. Now, mySQL is a business, it's a commercial enterprise, and they sell a commercial version of their software. But that's not what we need, and it's not what we're going to be downloading today. We're going to scroll down past that. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, where hidden away is mySQL Community Downloads. We're going to click on Community Downloads, and that brings us to the Community Downloads section. Now, what we're going to download here is called the mySQL installer for Windows. So if you click on that, so it loads a few options here, and the one that we want to focus on is mySQL Installer Community. So not the web version, the mySQL Installer Community down here. You can see it's a bit bigger, and we're going to click Download here. Now we've been asked whether we want to log in and sign up, and I'm going to assume that, like me, you just want to start the download. So click No Thanks, just start my download. Thanks, but no thanks. So you can see that the file has started downloading here. We've got a minute left. So I'm going to start the video back up when the download is complete. Alright, so that download's finished now. So we're going to click on that to get started. We're going to run the installer. This will take a little bit of time, a couple of seconds. And we're going to allow the executable file of the installer to make changes as well. Alright, so here we go. We're at the mySQL installer front page, and what we're going to do is just leave the developer default. It's going to install a few extra products, but it's just faster and simpler, so we're going to go ahead and click on Next. Now this path conflicts is just because I've downloaded mySQL before, so the path that it's trying to specify as its install directory already exists. So I'm going to click ahead and click ahead with yes. I want to click ahead with yes, click ahead with yes, what we're going to go ahead and do is to execute and install all of these products. Now I'm going to pause the video and come back when everything is complete. Alright, so all the products have been installed now, that is complete. We're going to click on Next. And we're ready to configure, Next. And we're going to kind of leave the standard settings there, Next. I'm going to click Next, Next as well. Okay, so here is the password that we're going to enter for our server. So this is really important that you remember this password, because we may need it to get in again. If we ever stop the server from running and restart it, we may need this password to get in again. So you can write in your password. I'm writing in my password here. So we're going to click check. It's checked that this password meets the requirements, and so that's good. We're going to click next now. Now here, once again, we're just going to leave standard settings, guys. And we're going to execute on these configuration settings. We're essentially leaving all the settings in place. There we have finished on the first server configuration. Now I want to configure the router, next, samples and examples. Here we want to enter our password. So we're going to enter that password we had before. But we need to use the same one. I'm going to click next. I'm going to execute. All right. So now our installation is complete. And what we're going to do is we're going to unclick those and click finish. And there you go, guys. That was the first part of our setup. We've downloaded mySQL. Now, in order to open mySQL, you can go to your search bar, type in mySQL, and find this Workbench app. And the mySQL Workbench is what we'll be using to write our SQL, and that's what we're going to be going through in our next lesson. So well done getting through what is quite a difficult and boring process. It can be tricky, so make sure that if you've got any questions, get in contact with me on the forums, and I can help you sort that out as soon as possible so that we can get you ahead in your course. All right, see you in the next lesson.